Welcome back to a new episode, How to Keep More Money podcast. I'm your host, Bilal. On today's episode, I want to talk about how to have less thing means that you have actually more. So, I want to talk about, I really like to study wealthy people because, they're successful, right? And I'm trying to become as successful, and I try to analyze what are they doing that requires them, that lets them, attain this much success. So one thing I started noticing, something that I'm doing right now is I'm actually trying to reduce as much as possible all the things that I have, right? I used to have a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to reduce it as much as possible because all these things, right, they take my attention and they take my focus away from what I really want to do, when what I want to focus on. So I'm trying to cut down as much as possible on all the things that I have. And I've noticed that when I have less stuff, I'm actually more productive. I can actually focus on more things. And when I focus less on acquiring more stuff, I can actually focus on being more productive. So, many of you might have heard this term called minimalism, and basically it's living on very little, right? It's just having your basic essentials, and this allows you to, you can travel, a lot more because you don't have as much stuff. So I've actually always, tried to have less and less stuff, and I just really find that um, it's um, it's kind of like freedom because I'm not running around after, trying to chase and buy stuff and like all these like stuff. Like, for example, let me just give you an example, right? Like, um, my clothing, right? I used to love buying clothing and t-shirts and collecting t-shirts and stuff. So I haven't done that in like the past 4 years. I haven't bought any new t-shirts, right? Because I have so many. I've just like if you open up my closet, it's completely packed with t-shirts, right? And so I stopped buying t-shirts, right? And so my mind now is not focusing on buying t-shirts. I can take that energy, I can put it towards like, saving money, budgeting, investing, cutting down my expenses, increasing my income, right? I can focus on these things. I don't focus on expenses anymore because all these things that we buy, right? They're all expenses. Buying a t-shirt is an expense, right? It doesn't it doesn't give me more money, and I can't contribute, right? If I have less money, I can't contribute, right? I can't contribute to my family, can't contribute to my own lifestyle, and I can't contribute, to my community. So I want to talk to you guys about like, how to not be running after acquiring more and more stuff, right? And to actually try to cut down exactly, how much you're acquiring stuff, right? So I have a few challenges for you guys in this podcast, in this video. So I want you guys to go in your closet, and I want you to look at what you have inside. Okay. So let's say you have, a lot of clothing, right? I want you to measure how much clothing you have and how much of it have you actually put on in the last 6 months. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. The clothing that I have not put on in the last 6 months, I'm going to be either selling it or donating it. That's the only way of getting rid of it, right? Like, look, you have all this clothing, right? You're not using it anymore, right? So it becomes a waste, and like like you buy clothing for benefit, right? Like if it's not benefiting you, why don't you use that, same clothing and benefit to other people, right? There's so many people out there in the world that need clothing, right? So if it's not benefiting you anymore, I sell it so that you can actually, have money and use that for investments, and you can buy more cool stuff, or you give it away to donation. So so what I've done is like this is what I've done. So I've taken, clothing from my closet, I put it into a bag, and I told myself, if I don't use this in the last 6 months now in this bag, I am going to either sell it or give it away. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I will be actually donating a lot of my clothing, trying to sell it. If it doesn't sell, I'll donate it, right? That way, I'm freshening up my space in my closet. I have more room. If I do want to buy something, I'll have money by the clothing that I sell. And yeah, I'll be able to, acquire more stuff, and I don't have to pay extra for it. It's already using the resources that you have. Also, another benefit of you guys actually trying to do this is that you guys learn about business, you learn about marketing, right? You have to take pictures of these clothing, you try to put it online, you try to negotiate with people. These are business skills. These are skills that you're going to be using every single day in life, right? So it's super important to learn this. So guys, honestly, having less stuff just gives you more freedom. And I've also cut down my wallet. Okay. Like I used to have so many cards and papers and contacts, and it was just so not organized. Right now I have like just a couple of cards, like four cards in my wallet. Right, that's all I have. I don't carry cash, I don't carry coins, so I won't get robbed. um but yeah, I don't carry all this stuff in my wallet anymore. And it's so simple, right? Like my mind doesn't think about all these different things and distractions. When I open my wallet, I know like there's only two things in it, right? That I'm going to use to buy, stuff. That's it, right? I don't have like, all these different types of payment. I only have two things that allow me to buy stuff. That's it. And, you have your driver license, and yeah, so keep your wallet as simple as possible, right? And I want you to check yourself and check people who are wealthy, right? Like you might not be able to get access to their wallet, but I've noticed that more and more wealthy people, they live very simple life. They have very little things, okay, and they use those things, as much as possible. When they've used it, they either sell it or give it away, and they acquire more stuff. Um, and I'm doing the same thing. And honestly, it has been such a relief to have less and less stuff, because your mind goes, pays attention to less stuff, right? So that way you can actually focus on the things that are super important to you. So simplify your closet, simplify your wallets. And if you're actually making money or saving money from actually doing this, you can actually start buying stuff that you actually want, right? Some things that actually make you excited, some things that would be fun. So yeah, just try to live a very simple life, and if it's helping you save money, if it's helping you get your time back and your energy back and your focus back, you can take that and put it into investments, right? And you should always be focusing on purchasing investments first, because wealthy people, they don't buy expenses first. Yes, you might see they drive a fancy car. Yes, you might see they have a very fancy watch, or a fancy like brand of clothing, right? They acquired that only after they've purchased investments, right? Their investments allows them to purchase these things, right? And so we see only these shiny things. We don't see their investments, right? They might have real estate property that's paying them about like consistent money every single month. So that way they're allowed to use now this income to purchase stuff. It makes sense to do that first, right? So we should not jump first for the lifestyle, right? It's going to trap us, and we don't want to be trapped, right? We want freedom, right? We want to be able to travel where we want. We want to be able to eat where we want. We want to be able to drive what we want. We want to be able to meet the people that we want, right? And to be able to do that, you need to acquire wealth. So guys, if you want to have more freedom, try getting less and less stuff, okay? And try acquiring more wealth, and then use that wealth to buy investments, right? And so when you have more investments, that allows you to have more fun, because you can acquire more stuff, you can give it out to people, you can give it to your family, you can contribute. So in today's episode, I just wanted to talk about acquiring less stuff, and acquiring more investments. So check your wallet, check your closets, how much stuff you have. If you have a lot of stuff you have not used, think about selling it, or think about giving it away. Check your wallets. If there's a lot of clutter in your wallet, right? If you have so many stuff, try to reduce it as much as possible. Simplify, simplify, simplify. Try to simplify your life in all aspects, right? Try to simplify your expenses. What are the stuff you're purchasing, right? Like try to look at it and simplify it. And you're going to realize, as more and more often that you do this, as more often that you try to simplify your life, in your expenses, in the things you purchase, in the things that you have, the more peaceful that you'll feel, the less stress you'll feel, and honestly, you'll be able to actually focus on the things that you want. So I hope this episode was really beneficial to you guys. So please, guys, don't forget to leave me a review on iTunes. It really helps support the podcast. and it really encourages me to continue doing this and give you guys tips every single week. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, please leave me a like. Let me know what you liked about this. If you do agree about acquiring less stuff and focusing more on investments, let me know what else you guys want me to cover in the future episodes. And if someone you would like me to interview on my podcast, right, someone that you really like, someone that you inspire, if you want me to sit down with them and help give them the secrets that they have to you, right? I do that. I bring on guests that they are really well known. They have a lot of knowledge. They have a lot of value. If you think you can get value from them, let me know. Reach out to them. Just send me a text, and I'll go and get their contact info, and I'll bring them on the episode. Right? That's my job. My job is to give you guys as much knowledge as possible, so I can change your life. So if there's someone out there that you think that can change your life, and you want knowledge from them, let me know their name. I'll go and I contact them, and I'll bring them on the show for you guys. All right, guys. So that's it for me, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one.